Finally!
It's the Rupi and Dan show! What? It's the Rupi and Dan show! What? It's the Rupi and Dan show. What? What?
Hey everybody, welcome to the Rupi and
Dan
show. We're here with our WrestleMania predictions. As you can see, I am set ready for WrestleMania weekend. I got my, you know it people, I got my Bloodline t-shirt representing Roman Reigns, the undisputed champion. So night one, let's get to it. What are the Rupi recommendations? My predictions. I've got my screen prepped. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything from night one. So it has to be the main event. What is Rupi recommending for The Rock, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins? My prediction, I'm going to say that the Bloodline, here we go, put our ones up again, representing, like I said, I reckon they will win. So it will be Bloodline rules for night two when Roman goes up against Cody Rhodes trying to finish his story. So that's my prediction for the main event. Let's get on with it. What else have we got? So Rhea Ripley versus the man Becky Lynch for the Women's World Championship. For me, even though Becky has been on this run, she's doing this, she's talking about her daughter. For me, Rhea Ripley is going to annihilate her. She is the annihilator. I can't see Rhea Ripley losing. She's on a trajectory going up here, and I can't see Becky stopping her. I really can't. Right, let's keep on going. Right, let me get my words out right. Intercontinental Championship. Gunther, the man who has been ruling this title and now is the greatest champion ever, having the longest run, up against Sami Zayn. And I know that he's the fans' favourite and everyone would love to see Sami win. He's been doing all these little video montages there as well about training and getting ready with the academy and things like that. For me, the winner, Sami. He's got to do it. I mean, there's no reason for Sami to do all these videos and not to win. I mean, come on. Gunther's had it for far too long. He'll be looking now to challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship, I'm sure. So, Sami for the Intercontinental Championship. Let's quickly go into it. It's the brother versus brother, twin versus twin. It's blood versus blood. Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. Who do I think is going to win? Yeet! You know it's got to be Jey Uso. No yeet. I don't think Jimmy's going to win. I can't see him winning. He's the bad guy in this. Jey all the way. Right. 6-pack ladder match. This is going to be amazing. Now, I've got an interesting prediction for this. Rupi recommends that there might be a substitute team. I'm hearing rumours, right, that the Hardy Boys might come back once again. But you know who I think might come back? It's in Philly. Don't forget that, right? Philly, what's it famous for? ECW. Could we see the Dudley Boys be a surprise tag team? This all happened when the Hardys did it, so many years ago. Maybe they come back, maybe they win the tag team titles. If that doesn't happen, then I'm going with the Judgment Day. I can't see him losing those tag team titles. I cannot. Right, we've got two more matches for night one. It's Bianca Belair, Naomi and Jade Cargill, making her kind of, from AEW, she's finally at WrestleMania now, going up against Damage Control. So I can't see Damage Control winning. To be honest with you, does anyone even like them? Not now that Bayley's not there. So yeah, they won't win. I can see Jade and Bianca, and she's extending her WrestleMania winning streak as well. I don't think she'll go as far as The Undertaker, but yeah, I reckon she will win that with Naomi and Jade. And finally, we have, this is the surprise match for me as well. This will probably, I don't know, it's probably an unforgettable match for WrestleMania. And even though it's got, one of the greatest of all time in terms of Rey Mysterio in there, but he's up with Dragon Lee tag teaming against his son, Dominic Mysterio, and Santos Escobar. Now, even though Rey, he's 619, absolutely brilliant, all that storyline with Eddie Guerrero and everything, but he beat his son last year at WrestleMania. I can't see him winning this year. So I think Santos and Dominic, they will win. So those are my predictions for night one. Rupi recommends those winners. Dan, back to you, man. What you got for night one?
So, thank you very much, Rupi. Appreciate it. Right, what am I thinking about this WrestleMania weekend?
Well, a few things actually. For night one, what I'm thinking is that match, that tag team match between The Rock, Roman Reigns, Seth, and Cody. Repping Cody, by the way, with the shirt on. I see you've got Roman Reigns on. Ah, traitor. Well, I think what's going to happen is I think they are going to lose. I think Roman Reigns and The Rock are going to beat Seth and Cody, but it's going to come out a bit of a cheat. Something's going to happen. I don't know if Rikishi's going to come in. I don't know if what's going to happen, but there's going to be something big that happens which causes Seth and Cody to lose that match. It's going to make for an interesting ending to night one, though. Kind of like the Avengers Part 1, Part 2. Second match, I'm thinking Becky Lynch, and I'm thinking with Rhea Ripley. I think Rhea's going to take it, just because I think Becky is releasing a book looking into going to movies. So I'm breaking the fourth wall a little bit there, aren't I? Kind of like peeling back the curtains. Let's say Becky. Becky might win. Yeah. Right. This next match is interesting. The one that you mentioned third, which is Gunther. Gunther versus Sammy. I think now, if you're thinking about it, there's so many goodies versus the baddies. I think a baddie needs to win on night one of WrestleMania, and I think they're going to have Gunther carry on his winning streak with the Intercontinental title. You're right. He needs to go on and win one of the World Heavyweight Championship belts now, but he's so good. I think Triple H doesn't want him to lose. I don't think he wants to lose, so he might just stay champion. Oh, the twin match, by the way, that comes next. I don't know how it's going to shape up in terms of schedule on the night, but never done before. Never going to probably happen again. WrestleMania, twin versus twin. Who's going to win? I think Jimmy's going to win. But I don't know how. Right, so this next match, the six-pack match, is interesting. I don't know, if a special tag team's going to come in. Dudley Boys, Hardys, or some of the tag team. It'll be interesting if they did, but I don't think they will. And who's going to win it? Yeah, I think actually Judgment Day are going to lose it, and I think I don't know who's going to win it. To be fair, I just think Judgment Day is going to lose it. Yeah. The next match, this is interesting. So, Damage Control versus Jade Cargill, Bianca, and I want to say Trinity, but that was her TNA name. Naomi, that's the WWE name. I think they have to win because they are like main eventers. There's like 3 main eventers right there versus a tag team, and I don't see. You're right. I don't see where Damage Control can continue to go from here. To be fair, it could be Damage Control though, just to keep things interesting going into Backlash. Right, and then the final match on the card, which might not be the final match, but the Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus his son and the former protege, Escobar. I think Escobar and Dominic's going to win, and I think it's because they're going to play dirty, and WrestleMania Night 1 needs a bit of that. It needs a bit of the baddies to win, and for things to be exciting and spicy. So that's what I'm thinking for Night 1. What do you think about Night 2? Here, let's back over to you. Yeah.
Oh, very interesting there, Dan. Liking those predictions. Some interesting choices as well. Right, back to me. Rupi recommends Night 2, WrestleMania 40, the big XL. What am I thinking for Night 2? Well, let's kick it off with the main event, the one that we've all been waiting for. Roman Reigns finishing Cody's story. You never know. Is Cody going to finish it? I don't know. So, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Just getting my notes up for you. So for me, Roman versus Cody, even though he's got bloodline rules, Cody to finally finish his story and to claim that title. Also, Rupi recommends there'll be a run-in from The Rock. There's going to be something going on there. We all know it. Everyone's predicting it. It's going to happen. That Rock will turn against Roman, and then we'll see them fight each other eventually. World Heavyweight Championship, Seth freaking Rollins versus the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre, and I think he's going to get his moment. You know, he didn't get his moment in front of an audience. Then he had a moment where he actually lost to Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania a few years ago. Finally, I think he wins. I think Seth Rollins due a break, isn't he? So I think, yeah, Drew will win and come out on top. Right, we've got a few more. Who we got? Women's WWE Women's Championship, Io Sky versus Bayley. Finally, man, she's getting a bit of limelight. I've been seeing all the little build-up you've been doing, Bayley. You're doing well there, man, you know. Competing against The Rock and all that build-up, you're doing really, really well. So I reckon Bayley will definitely, I mean, you can't have her win the Royal Rumble and not win that main event. So she's got to win against Io Sky. And that'll probably be the end of Damage Control as well. Right, United States Championship Triple Threat, Logan Paul, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens. For me, KO wins. The reason being, he's going to have that title. Sami Zayn's going to have the Intercontinental Championship. It's going to be nice to see them two having those mid-card titles. That's why. I mean, from last year, them two winning the tag team titles. This year, winning those two titles, I think it's in the cards. I would like to see Randy Orton, but I reckon KO will win. Two more. LA Knight, yeah, versus AJ. I had to do it. Dan, I know you want to do it. So yeah, so AJ versus LA, and I reckon it'll be LA Knight. He's on a trajectory. He's going far. It's his first WrestleMania. He won't lose. And finally, and this is a big one because it's Bobby Lashley back at WrestleMania. Last year, he just made a weird appearance, didn't he? I mean, he was on SmackDown winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and he wasn't there. And obviously, I know he was meant to be up against The Fiend, wasn't he, at one point? And obviously, we know what happened there. So, Bobby and the Street Profits versus the Final Testament. So, for me, I reckon Bobby and the Street Profits win as well. So, once again, those are my Rupi recommendations for Night 2 of WrestleMania 40. It's going to be a massive one. I can't wait to watch it. Dan, I know you can't wait as well. Looking forward to hearing what are your predictions for Night 2.
Thanks, Rupi. I appreciate it. So, guys, this WrestleMania Part 2, I think I've got a few differences compared to Rupi. Wonder what you think. Leave your comments down below. And please share this video and do subscribe to help support our channel. So, what do I think about the Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns match? I think it's going to be Cody that wins, but all hell is gonna break loose. We're gonna have people coming from the back. I think we're gonna have weapons. I think we're gonna be interferences. I think we're going to have maybe even some crowd interaction. And I think The Rock's gonna come out. And maybe even Stone Cold and John Cena come out. I've heard a rumor that might happen. So Cody's going to win, but it's going to be crazy to end Night 2 of WrestleMania 40, the largest ever. For the other match that Rupi mentioned, which was Drew vs. Seth, I got a bit of a different spin on this. I think Seth is going to lose, and I think Drew's going to win. But as soon as he wins, Senor Money in the Bank, Damian Priest, is going to cash it in, and he's going to take that title off Drew, setting up conflict for Drew and Damien going into Backlash and going into Clash at the Castle in Scotland, Drew's home turf. So it's going to be an epic storyline to happen there, and I think that's going to happen with Seth. And I think Seth is going to interfere in that match of Roman Reigns and Cody. Yeah. So with Bayley and Io Sky, I think Bayley's definitely going to win. She's been chasing this dream of WrestleMania for years. I think it's like a decade. And I think she's finally been given the chance to fight for a title at WrestleMania. She's definitely going to win. Io Sky's held it really well, though. So well done, Io. Now, this triple threat match, it's interesting what you said about Sami having the Intercontinental. So I don't think he's going to have the Intercontinental. But I do think KO is going to take this title, the United States title. Randy Orton doesn't need it. Although he is looking to get more titles, he doesn't need it. I think KO needs it. It's been a long time since he's had a title. And I think Logan has to retire the title, and he needs to go back to doing what he's doing. But well done, Logan, for everything he's done. KO to win. LA Knight, yeah! All right, I done it for you. I done it for you, Rupi, and for you guys watching. I think he is going to win. AJ Styles has been in the game for such a long time. He's done so many amazing things. I think he's going to help push LA Knight to the next level with a fantastic match. But I think LA Knight is going to win that match to validate him as a top tier talent and star. Now, in terms of that final match that you mentioned, which was Street Profits and Bobby Lashley versus the Final Testament, I think Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits are going to win. I think they've got a lot more to prove and to achieve, but I think this is a fantastic night for Final Testament to get some stars and stripes on their trophy list. So I think that's what's going to happen with them, and that's it. And then that's the whole weekend over for WrestleMania. Can you believe it? For a whole another year, but it's going to be a fantastic weekend, I think. I think going into Raw and SmackDown, it's going to be epic. There's going to be lots of surprises over the next 7 days. So it's a fantastic time to get into wrestling or to be a fan of wrestling. And to anyone that is curious about sharing this with other people, get them involved, have them watch this video. Let them get, kind of get familiar with these people that you're seeing on screen when we're talking and introduce them to this world, because it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. And I think I used to be embarrassed saying that I was a wrestling fan. That's slowly fading away. Actually, it's faded away quite a bit because it's all online now, isn't it? I'm a wrestling fan, yeah, and it's really cool. So back over to you, Rupi, to please do an outro, end the show for us, and everyone watching, thank you so much for joining us today. Back over to you, Rupi. Take it, guys.
So you've heard mine and Dan's predictions on the Rupi and Dan show. Now we want to know, what are your predictions? Put them in the comments. We want to see what you think. It's all about you guys as well. And we'll see what happens at the big XL WrestleMania 40, man. Woo! Can't wait, people.